would like to thank you all so much for coming out tonight to honor our esteemed group of young men and women. Before we begin our program tonight, I would like to welcome not only our parents, family, and friends of our graduates, but introduce myself and our district representatives and leaders that are seated with me on the stage. First, I'm Tracy Sorrentino, principal here at the high school. Joining us tonight, we have Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Richard Del Moro. Assistant Superintendent, Mrs. Amy Creedon. Board of Education President, Mr. John Perino. Board members, Mr. John Lassonere, Mr. Vincent Crescenzo, Board Vice President, Pastor John Williams, instructional leaders of humanities, Mr. William Donahue, student support services, Mrs. Lauren Durr, our deans, House 1, Ms. Acevedo, House 2, Mr. Omar Perez, House 3, Mr. Whitaker, House 4, Mrs. Marcolina, the Dean of Student Support Services, always eager to introduce himself, Mr. Anthony Williams, our Instructional Leader of Special Education, Ms. Rachel Kuntz, our Director of ENL Bilingual, Ms. Linda Brott, our Director of Special Education, Ms. Karen Marconi, our Coordinator of Literacy, Mrs. Elizabeth Bowler, and our Coordinator of Mathematics, Mrs. Catherine Whaley. And Ms. Sorrentino got them all. Life is good. At this time, it gives me great pleasure and pride to introduce our ROTC. They have been a very busy group this year, and they will be presenting the colors. And now we have Ms. Krislin Maza, MHS senior, singing.
Present, code. Ready, code.
Our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting
Thank you very much to our cadets for an outstanding job, and Ms. Maza as well. At this time, I'd like to introduce and welcome to the podium Mr. John Perino for the Board of Education address to the graduates.
Thank you, Mrs. Sorrentino. It was a beautiful rendition of the national anthem, was it not? It was just great. No, our NJROTC unit does a fantastic job. We have about 150 students in that unit, and last year they did over 5,000 hours of community service for the town and the city and various organizations in town. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2019. Congratulations, you've made it. You've done it. Midi pride at its best. You know, those of you, and I hope all of you get additional training of one type or another, you'll always remember the days at Middletown High School. I know I did. I graduated from MHS, not this building, the building that is now Twin Towers. You always remember the friends you've made and the teachers at Middletown High School. You know, in thinking of what I was going to say tonight, you're going to have to help me out here a little, because my bosses are here, including Mr. Del Moro. If I don't do a halfway decent job, he's going to write me a note tomorrow and say you did a terrible job, and then he'll sign it, Mr. Del Moro, Dr. Del Moro, with respect, con respecto. That's what he does. You got to watch out when he says with respect at the end. But, you know, you're a perfect example, class, of the saying, you gotta believe. And that was made famous, if there's any Met fans in the audience who go way, way back, like I do. 1973, Tug McGraw said this, the Mets were in last place. He brought them to first place, and they competed in the World Series. And you know, we all believe in you. Members of the Board of Education here tonight, the administration, your teachers are here tonight. You're part of the family. So, let's look at this for a second. Truth is, your parents and relatives believed in you. They believed you could do it. They encouraged you. They helped you. Sometimes they got on your case, correct? If you weren't doing the right thing. You know, we were responsible for 4 children. Last week, Robert Rometta, the youngest, said to me, you know, I didn't believe what you were saying when I was younger, when I was 17 or 18. But he said to me, you learned a lot. I said, I learned a lot. You learned a lot in that time. He's doing very well, an attorney. He and his wife are attorneys in Goshen. He's also the prosecuting attorney for Warwick Monroe. So I get just one hint. He'd be a little mean, so don't get a ticket if you're driving around Monroe or Warwick, believe me. But anyway, come on, let's give your parents and relatives a big hand. They played a big part in this. Come on. Teachers and administrators, I have to say we have one of the finest teaching and administrative staffs ever in this district. And they believed in you. They helped you. They helped you get through. They provided extra help when necessary. Sometimes they're underappreciated, but not tonight. So let's give them a big hand. Come on. You know, but most of all, really, you believed in yourselves. You're the ones that did the work. You're the ones that attended classes. You participated in extracurricular activities. You got through, you did it, you made it. So come on, give yourselves a hand now. So what is next? That's the question. What's next? I encourage you to dream big. Get more training, get additional training. Now I know you've done the work now and you say, gee, I don't want to go to college, I don't want to do this or that. But please consider that. Consider, if you don't want to go to traditional college, technical schools are fine. You can earn a good buck by going to technical schools. Not always easy. One of the greatest heavyweights of all times, Muhammad Ali, said, I hated every minute of training. But I said, don't quit. Suffer now, and the rest of your lives you'll live, I can live like a champion. So, good thinking for Muhammad Ali. You know, just to use a personal example, do you think I like doing all the papers and going to classes and the assignments and the readings? I didn't like that either. But sometimes, you know, you have to be uncomfortable in the short run to be comfortable in the long run. So again, I encourage you to get additional training. Now look, I don't want you ever to be discouraged, because when you go through life, there's going to be a few, and I hope not, but I had them, there's going to be a few little potholes along the way. Example, I'm going to give you some examples, and I've said this before. Middletown High School, I wanted to play varsity football, the worst way. I wanted to earn my M. I don't know if that's still popular today. We had M sweaters at the time. And if you asked a young lady out on a date, they said, do you have an M sweater? So that was kind of important. And today it's asked, what is your credit score? But then it was the M sweater. So I didn't make the team, but I helped Mr. Fowler Field in the equipment area, helping to give equipment out, helping to clean up and so on. That's what I had to do. I often tell the story when I went in the military. I wanted to be a combat pilot. My uncle, my cousin, my two cousins were combat pilots. Didn't have quite the vision necessary, so I had to choose another field in the military. But I said, I'm not going to give up, so I didn't give up on that. So that's examples. So don't get discouraged. Today, after almost 40 years in the field of education, I enjoy sometimes trading stocks. Sometimes I lose. Sometimes the stock goes down, but I don't give up. People like to buy high and sell low. That's a mistake. You got to buy higher and hope it goes even higher, the stocks. So you can't get discouraged. Anything you can do. More recently, NBA legend Michael Jordan, worth $1.2 billion, an estimated $1.2 billion. Principal owner of the Charlotte Hornets said, here's his quote, I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. I've been trusted to take the winning shot and I missed. I failed over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. So, just because Michael Jordan, he said, look, I didn't do everything right, but I succeeded. You can succeed too. Every single one of you can achieve greatness in one way or the other. Now, I'm going to conclude by saying this. First of all, we wish you the very best. That's for sure. I'm going to read a quote. It's not about being perfect. It's about heart and effort. Bringing heart and effort every single day is how transformation happens. That's how change occurs, heart and effort. Be proud of what you've achieved. You are crushing it. Midi Pride. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Perino. At this time, I would proudly ask Mr. Richard Del Moro to come to the podium for the superintendent's address.
Thank you, Mr. Sorrentino. It's interesting how our board president mentioned about a team's championship before most of you, probably all of you, were born before they experienced that championship. And for those New York Yankee fans, I'm sure we didn't have to wait that long to celebrate. And it's interesting how he mentioned that he didn't have the M sweater to get the dates, but if you look back at the 1900 yearbook when he graduated, Matthew Brady was the photographer. And for those who are social study buffs know that he started taking the photographs in the Civil War time, has photographs of him dancing on the dance floor. So it's interesting how he mentions that. But tonight is a special night for all of you. Perhaps no one has mentioned so far that almost all of the graduates here that will be conferred in a moment or two are early graduates. What does that mean? I'm sure they were late to class, never late to the dinner table, but early in the sense that if they follow the normal course of study, they would be graduating this June of 19. So they're early graduates by a whole semester. So we have to really think about each one of your efforts, how fantastic, phenomenal it is and where you are today. So we want to thank you. There's also an individual here that that we have to recognize for his persistence as he continued his efforts to get his graduation diploma, which means so much today, as we all know, as adults. How important it is, as Mr. Perino mentioned, in the long run, to have that certificate. And I want to thank that person for their persistence. So congratulations to all of you. You really deserve the success we're celebrating this evening. Every graduate here tonight has worked very hard and to make the best of themselves. You have demonstrated perseverance, as I mentioned, persistence, working toward your goals in a determined way. Let's take you back 4 years when you began your 9th grade experience. Many of you walked through these halls with some trepidation, coupled with a sense of wonder. What will it be like as I move to this last step in the school district? During your years at Middletown High School, we have thrown many challenges at you. We pushed you, we taught you, and we provided you with the success strategies to be successful in anything you can achieve to do by your desire. And now you've arrived at graduation, prepared to meet the next challenges, whether you are continuing your education in a formal manner, entering the military, or entering the workplace. Let me thank all of the teachers, administrators, and staff along this long journey, from kindergarten to 12th grade, for their dedication to assist you as their students. They have dedicated many hours beyond their normal workday to provide the extra time they can give you, to each of you. What a group of professionals. Let's give them. I would be remiss if I didn't thank all of the parents and families and friends and support for these graduates. You have given so much of your time to be instrumental in their success, to celebrate with them their graduation evening. We have welcomed and valued your contribution. So, on behalf of everyone in the school district, we thank you. Tonight, graduates, at your graduation ceremony, you rightly receive the accolades that we bestow on you. You can proudly be considered a Middletown High School graduate among the many who have come before you. Some even sit here this evening. Take a moment to fully appreciate your accomplishment and really feel how great that is. Enjoy this moment. Be safe and have some fun before you begin your next challenges. Although unknown, the future is an amazing place, full of life's challenges and successes. However, your success is not guaranteed because you have a high school diploma, not by any stretch of the imagination. We live in a fast-paced world in which your successes will be measured by your unrelenting willingness to work hard, take risks, and always, always believe in yourself. Yes, we truly believe you can achieve anything you put your mind to it. Follow your passion. Your commitment will be equal to your accomplishments. I am confident your growth will continue beyond tonight, and you will meet the challenges that will undoubtedly confront you. The future is in your hands, so you must be true to yourself and take and make the most of it. I could go on. I get teased so often, not accurately, but this evening is for celebrating, not for listening to lengthy speeches. Therefore, let me, on behalf of everyone in the school district, wish you all the happiness, success, and the best in the future. Thank you tonight for everything you have contributed to be part of this successful school district. Congratulations. Thank you. I think I stay here now. All right. We're going to confer. This is an important part. Mrs. Creedon, have each and every one of these individuals sitting here with their cap and gown meet all the requirements for graduation and to receive a Middletown High School diploma?
Yes, Mr. Del Moro, all of the graduates that are sitting before us here this evening have met all of the requirements set forth by the New York State Education Department and the Board of Education of the enlarged City School District of Middletown. We can begin the distribution of the diplomas.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Well, My kids, it is now your time. I would like to welcome our counselors, our instructional leaders and admins to the podium, as it is time to begin to distribute the diplomas.
For House 1, we have William Callis. Brenda Castillo. Xavier Doughton. And Leah Diaz.
Good evening from House 2. We have Kyra Ellen Maria Anker. Jaslyn Inez Gray. Last for House 2, Ayana Green.
Jalea Ray Murphy. Eins Thomas Merville.
Elias A. Ortiz. Natividad Ortiz Carrasquillo. Kiara Janique Ramos. Jocelyn M. Reyes. Kiana Richards.
Good evening. From House 4, we have Dylan Alexa Rodriguez. Edgar Rodriguez Torres. Edwin Rodriguez Torres. And Kaylin Tatiana Smith.
And from House 4, we also have Joshua Ware. Jasmine D. Warren.
I'd like to welcome Mrs. Durr to the microphone.
Good evening. I'd just like to take this opportunity to recognize some of our graduates who unfortunately were not able to be with us tonight, as it is a momentous occasion. First, we had Amy Rose Savignon. Ayana C. Torres. And Jordan A. Veras.
At this time, I'd like to invite Mrs. Creedon to the podium.
So to the members of the graduating class, always remember to do what you love what you do, and remember that your potential is far greater than you ever know. Congratulations and good luck. At this time, graduates, I'm going to ask that you please rise and pivot to face your proud families and friends. Okay, there's one more thing we need to do. At this time, I invite all graduates to move your tassels to the left as we applaud your outstanding efforts. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the winter graduates of 2019. Graduates, please join your families and meet us in the lobby for refreshments. Thank you all so much for coming.
Proud of you.
Happy graduation!
There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Let's